evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Sir, this is a one activity that we are doing at ULETS, and we want to have your understanding with different aspects and all. As a part of this interview, we'll first like to understand about yourself, as well as if you can give a light on to the universities and the different aspects that you are taking care of. So please
Okay, that's fine. I am Professor Raja Saab, AH, Vice Chancellor of Tumkur University in Karnataka. It is situated in Tumkur, which is very near to Bangalore. From international airport, one can reach directly Tumkur within about 1.5 hours. Ours is, relatively a young university of 10-year-old university. This year we are celebrating the decennial year. It is a one district university. Probably in the whole of India, one district, one university, it is in Tumkur, that is Tumkur University. We have about 100 colleges and 2 constituent colleges. The undergraduate students, the total number of the undergraduate students is around 55,000. We have campus in Tumkur city, about 900 postgraduate students and 400 to 500 PhD students. So it is a relatively young and budding university. It is a state-funded university. And then we have different faculties: Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Commerce, Faculty of Education. We have about 15 postgraduate departments. And each postgraduate department imparts master's degree to about 50 students. Our faculty also are recently appointed and young, energetic, and they are doing very well. I am happy about the system of our university. And with regard to the automation of the university system, we have done automation of the whole of the examination system, conducting the exams. Exam evaluation is manual, the processing is automatic. From allotting the hall tickets up to the result announcement and then printing of the marks cards, it is done by one agency. And after the results are announced, the degree certificates are printed by another agency. And in our administrative system, we have partially automated some units with regard to the that's what is it called?
E-learning and
Yes. Inward system, outward system, and
e-office.
E-office.
Yeah.
And in finance, some of the items we have used the expertise from the electronic media. The remittances, for example, from the colleges is done online. What is that? The bank transfer, no challan system. That's all at present. Our university.
So, sir,
Yes.
now if I talk about 55,000 students,
Yes.
10-year-old university,
Yes.
55,000 is a big chunk of students that actually are coming out from your university.
55,000 from first semester to sixth semester.
Sixth semester.
And I think every year about 15,000 students, they come out of the university.
So now, sir, as you know, for the success of any educational institute, or for that matter any university, lies in the end product, that is the students.
Yes, student quality.
Students' quality, which is in the form of the skill sets that they develop over a period of time.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I compare, say, your university with the different universities across India,
Yes.
okay, how, what actually are the key differentiators for your students, as per your views, which actually differentiates your university from the others?
Actually, Tumkur is one of the well-reputed districts in Karnataka for education. It is an intellectual city also. And I would like to add here that in our university, we have introduced the Sakala system. Sakala means they will, the students or even officers, including the teaching and non-teaching staff, they can apply, and whatever the information they want or certificates they want, that will be delivered to their house. Just they will have to pay the fees, they need not come. And it is done in a most efficient way. And in the whole of Karnataka, Tumakuru University stands first in Sakala system.
I see.
Yes. So that speaks of the quality of our university.
Okay.
They need not come and stand before the officers and wait for days to get their work done. No. They can apply online, pay the fees online, and service is provided to them. If he wants a duplicate marks card or any other certificate, eligibility certificate, both in the administrative section as well as in examination section, the Sakala is working very efficient. This is one aspect. And with regard to the quality, our university is on par with any other university in India.
Okay. Now, sir, there is lots of buzzword around across India with respect to digital India. Okay.
Yes.
When I say digital India, if I go and talk to corporates, if I go and talk to government, if I go and talk to education institutes, if I go and talk to anybody out here, in fact, people are now talking. First, previously it was like IT, but since last 3 months we had been hearing digital India. Okay, now you as a prominent person in the education area, okay, how you view as a digital India?
The idea of digital India is marvelous as per my understanding and experience in the field of education, because through this digital India concept, one can connect with different universities and also to different colleges up to the grassroots level, starting from primary education up to the higher education. There will be the digital connection. This is most important. And by digital India, it is possible to establish virtual classrooms. Because nowadays, even if there is a shortage of the teachers, we can expose our students to the best teacher of the world in a particular subject or specialization. And we can also have virtual library. We can access the best library in the world by this digital India conference. And then once all are digitally connected, they need not come to university for their work. They can apply online, get their work done online. Even in administration also, in the earlier days, to run one registrar evaluation office, the evaluation system, at least 150 non-teaching staff used to work. Now with the introduction of the digital system or online system or electronic system, the efficiency has increased, and so many number of people are not necessary. It does not mean that we are reducing the employability of the people. No, they can also be employed in some other well-recognized places, and there will be reduction in the wastage of the resources. They can be used better in some other fields, in productivity. So both in administration, teaching, learning process, evaluation process, and information system, digital India concept, I think it is most important. We know that world is becoming smaller and smaller each day, and the whole world is like a village. So our students should be exposed to the best information available in any part of the globe. So with digital India complex as a concept, I think it is more useful, especially in the education system. It brings efficiency and increasing the quality of the students. And In conclusion, it will bring the quality out.
Agree.
That's what I think.
Now, sir, had you been to India event previously, or this is the first time that you have come?
In ELETS during August in 2014, they organized World Education
World
Summit.
Education Summit,
I
yeah.
participated in that.
Okay.
This one is my second visit.
So, how had been your 2 days experience out here?
It is good, and I am satisfied because first of all, the organizers have done it excellently in a most beautiful locality of the world, I can say.
Thank you very much, sir.
And Kovalam is known for its beauty and God's own land, Kerala. Secondly, what impresses me is the organizers have very carefully, meticulously arranged the programs by inviting the ICT professionals and also several vice chancellors and government officers like principal secretary, education. So if these three people come together, industry, academia and government, that is the amalgamation of different ideas. Without the help of the government, it is not that easy for the university to progress further, because funding is most important. The interaction between the university and industry is vital for the development of India. And to promote this idea, government has to support these ideas. So in these 2 days program, I have seen ELETS has involved the vice chancellors representing the academia, and also several industrialists, software specialists, and also the government representatives. And it is organized very well and in a most standard way. And we were able to interact ourselves. Getting enough time when we in our working place is very difficult. And when we come here, our mind will be free. We can hear the good presentations, lectures, both from the industry representatives and university representatives.
So we like to appreciate your feedback and suggestions to make our future endeavors better.
Thank you.
We'd like to give some suggestions on this, how we can be still better than this.
I have one suggestion. No doubt the software companies, they come to university and they tell us, you take our product, this is useful in administration, this is useful in evaluation of the papers and printing the security certificates, etc. And e-classroom, they want to promote e-class. All those ideas are excellent. But thing is, for state-funded universities, there is a shortage of funds. Although we want to do it, we can't do it, because sustaining the existing workforce, existing expenditure itself is a great task for the vice chancellors. That is why you have involved government officials also. There should be enough funds to implement this, and that is the main limitation for us. Although we want to do it, we can't do it because of the limitation of the funds. So, industrialists or the government should also think to persuade the government to take up this type of activity to increase the quality of education in the universities by way of modern technology. And this modern technology, should not be limited only for the universities and big cities. It should percolate up to the village level. Ethics and morality is also very important while adopting the high technology. I feel that is more important rather. So our e-digital system should go up to the village level and reach the people who are, students coming from the marginalized communities also. That's very important. Then only we can expect India to progress in a healthy way.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming over here. It was really great talking with you.
Thank you.
We wish you, we wish that you always be here. Next
Yes.
time also for all our future events.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
I am also thankful to you and for your efforts.
We are honored, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.